And Kobe is just driven by basketball. Kobe once said that he doesn't need friends because he has like his family and he has basketball, which is fair. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's also nothing wrong with like having a drive that isn't obsessive because basketball isn't everything, and nothing is everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can have multiple passions, and Kobe does have multiple passions, but there's one at the very, very forefront, and it got to the point where he couldn't even be like amiable with like people. Like,
do you think it was like he was too obsessed? Do you think there's even such thing as too obsessed with your craft?
I mean, sure, if you like alienate the people around you, unless you want to alienate the people around you, then you can do that.
If you see them as a distraction, I mean, it's totally plausible.
Yeah.
So I paid this guy $300, and he had 11 million followers.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
When I posted the video, it got I think just over 100,000 views.
Wow.
And I paid $300 for that.
Good for you.
So that day I posted it, and I'm like, okay, moment of truth, see how it works. And I
Were you optimistic?
Oh, super optimistic.
Hey,
yeah, super optimistic. I was like, oh, it's gonna work, yes, cannot wait. And I posted it, and sure enough, the orders just started coming in.
Really?
I ended that day, $300 spent on that, 100,000 views, and I ended that day doing $3,000 in sales.
That ROI though.
Yeah, it was incredible. I'm like, wow, this is insane. Like I found something that's gonna work. And from there, I just
Did you already have it was Fidgetly the at name, right?
Yeah.
That's your at name. So if anybody wants to follow him,
Fidgetly, yeah.
Just Fidgetly? Just
Fidgetly.
If a turtle loses its shell, I kind of mumbled. I was making fun of your speech, and now I'm mumbling. If a turtle loses its shell, is it homeless or naked?
Is it homeless or naked?
It would look weird. Look like
a grandma.
Lizard. Do what?
Look like an old grandma. I bet it's wrinkly.
I feel like it would be wrinkly.
And like wet and wrinkly, or maybe it's dry wrinkly.
I feel like it'd be really dry.
Why?
Typically, turtles.
But it's like
really
moist.
Dry. Moist. Everybody hates that.
I hate that word.
Really?
No, I hate that word. I would say it's naked.
Naked?
Yep.
Naked and afraid?
Because it could go in places and have its home.
Okay.
Like it can go under a rock, or not a rock, but like it could go in like this little cave.
But it's not a portable home.
Our homes aren't portable.
Yeah, true. So maybe he is naked.
It's naked, for sure. It's like
just
clothes.
a naked turtle.
Yeah.
So that's all shells are. They're not homes. They're,
right.
That's really
They're
what the question comes
They're
down
clothes.
to. Okay.
Light, like I was saying earlier, is it of itself. It's not darkness. Like darkness isn't like something that like a light would put out. It's not something that's put. It's just a lack of light. So God is like really just, or the devil or whatever. A lot of religions refer just like bad vibes. Dark energy. That's just a lack of good.
So do you believe that hate is just a lack of love, or do you think hate's its own entity?
Well, I think hate is its own entity because it's a lack of love. Because it's still a reality. It's just something that when you have love, you're at the highest possible, I think, like vibrational frequency. And that kind of sounds like a hippie almost. I'm talking about it, but
not to me. Not to me.
No, I know.
Maybe to some viewers, but yeah.
Yeah, dude. But like we were even talking about like Tesla before this. Nikola Tesla, I think one of the greatest minds on earth. He said that if you want to
most overlooked.
Most overlooked too. There's a lot of weird shit in terms of him, dude. Like with how he had a lot of great ideas and like the government tried to suppress him and stuff. A lot of those ideas. Yeah, but we can get into that maybe another time because that would be a whole new like bro. That would be like, oh man, like a whole Bible's worth of information.
That's actually surprising to me.
Yeah, dude. But he had a quote that said like, if you want to understand the universe, understand like vibration, frequency, and what was it? It was vibration, frequency, energy, and vibration. That's what it was. Frequency, energy, and vibration. If you want
to understand the universe. Frequency, energy, and vibration.
Yes.
Because isn't it apparently whenever you like remember something, it's like the last time you recollected it.
So it's like
it's not actually what happened.
Yeah. So from what I understand on the topic, I think it's like for why it's so hard to remember certain things. It's because you're not remembering the action; it's you're remembering yourself remembering it. So it's like I could tell you, hey, I went to the ice cream shop and I got 3 scoops of ice cream and a waffle cone, but then the next time I could be like, hey, actually, like, yeah, I remember I went to the ice cream shop and I got 2 scoops instead of it being, well, I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3, you know, that kind of thing. So it's like,
and a Sunday. Like,
yeah, your memory starts to kind of get broken up into like what you actually remember and kind of these more minute details that may or may not change. It's like when you tell a story, it never seems like you're telling the same story twice.
True.
It's always like, there's always details that you leave out because they're not as important or they didn't actually happen, those kinds of things.
Or maybe if like you were telling the story and something was more appealing to the audience, it's that's more of an incentive for your memory to exaggerate it.
Yeah.
So if you decided to exaggerate it that one time and it was like effective, you got some laughs out of it, then you're like, okay, that was good. I'm gonna keep doing more of that.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that first day when I did $3,000 in revenue off of $300 ad spend, I just kept on scaling up, and I was just contacting all these different influencers, kept promoting the video, and then from there, I started making other content, and I would actually pay these other influencers on Instagram, these people, these personalities, not themed accounts, these actual personalities. I would send them a fidget spinner, and I would tell them
They'd play with it.
and they would play with it, and they would make some sort of funny video.
Did you kind of base that idea, because that's a similar concept to, do you remember what were those hoverboards?
Hoverboards, yeah.
They were all over Vine.
Yeah.
That's how I originally found out about them. Was like you see Logan Paul, Lily Pons driving these little hoverboards around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, those things look so cool. And then next thing you know, that next Christmas they're everywhere.
Yeah, that's how it works. Like, that's seriously how to blow something up. If you can get those influencers to post, because they have all of the attention, like so much attention right now.
Is intelligence or wisdom more important?
I don't know. Intelligence is cool because I mean, with intelligence you can innovate and you can like really change and create. But if you're doing all that, you're going to be more prone to make mistakes, right? And that's where you gain wisdom. In retrospection, you're looking back and then you gain wisdom. What's more important? Probably wisdom. Because you can make the same mistake 6 times and be the smartest guy in the world. But if you're wise, I mean, maybe you only make it once.
You'll learn from it more.
Absolutely.
Yep. So my last doctor appointment, they said, or it was like 6 months ago, they're like, this is your new normal. Like, you're sick. Like, you're not going to get healthier. So I kind of took that as a challenge. Like, okay, I'm going to show you, like, that I'm not sick. And so I started going to the gym more, and I came back and they're like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up because right now you're doing really well and you could fight off infection if you got it.
Good for you.
And so just
I guess you got to be very at the gym as well with like touching machines. And,
yes.
Wow.
But that's the best thing you can do is staying active.
Totally.
Like when I quit volleyball, I think my doctor at the time was kind of upset that I had quit like a sport. So I'm glad that I got back into working out at the gym, but
is it harder for you to run?
Oh yeah.
To take like deep breaths?
Yeah. I can't walk up the stairs without being out of breath usually.
Neither can I though. I swear, regardless of how much you work out, you cannot walk upstairs without just be like,
No, I seriously get out of breath. Like, yeah, I can't run
hey, I'll
for
piggyback
anything.
you up these stairs, all right?
Perfect.
We got this.
But
there is a Subway that I go to very frequently.
Yeah.
And every time I'm there, I make it a point to like make these people's days. And I would say 9 out of 10 times I do. Like I address them by name, I make jokes with them, and like almost every single time you could just tell like they're just in a lifted mood that whenever they were autonomously like saying, what do you want? What kind of bread do you want?
Bro.
Like they're smiling, they're giggling, and that feels so fucking good.
It does, dude.
It feels so good that I have this gift of humor, this gift of making somebody else feel important, somebody else feel special. Because we've all been there. We've all worked a shitty job that we don't like working. Nobody wants to work at Subway, man. Like, you might as well make those people feel as great as you can in that 5-minute time span that you have with them.
Exactly, bro. And like, dude, I think that that really kind of goes back to like what we were talking about earlier too, like in the law of attraction. Because you set a goal in your mind to make their day, you actually acted upon what would cause, a situation. You acted upon the fact of being more happy, being more enthusiastic than the average Joe, and that in result changed their day. It changed their perception because you made that self-conscious goal in your brain. Your body reacted, and then they reacted inadvertently to like what you were saying. feel like
times where being completely honest probably isn't the best. Maybe I'm just saying that because I'm a shady person. Maybe I'm just not a good person. It's like man.
Well, you kind of seem that way. Like you're pretty transparent, I would say. But like you said, I don't think anybody's completely transparent.
Yeah.
Like there's no way everybody could be like 100%.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're nobody likes to be vulnerable.
No, that's the one thing. When you are truthful, you are vulnerable. You do open yourself up. You open yourself up to critique or to hear something that you didn't want to hear.
Totally.
So.
And I guess that's just along the lines of running towards comfort and away from discomfort. I mean, that's going to be, like, whenever you're vulnerable, it's very uncomfortable.
Absolutely.